you so much, Pak Fat. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, our speakers. And this is the last session, actually, Pak Fat. So I only have like 35 minutes, right? Same like previous speaker. So without further ado, maybe I just directly go to my slides, which is already prepared about the prompt. And actually, I'm here to share as an user, not as an expert. That's the disclaimer first. So if there's some different point of view from the audience, I'm very open to discuss after this. So I got this topic from Pak Fat to share about effective prompt technique for AI enables narrative. So since I work and I live in kind of academia and in higher education industry and institution, maybe I will share from the point of view from as an educator. As if also here we have our fellow lecturer, Pak Gatot, as a first speaker. So here's my, okay, this one, yeah. I got this from someone posted on LinkedIn, and it's quite interesting, dear friends. It stated that AI is not going to replace you, but you're going to be replaced by someone who uses AI to outperform you. And this is a really interesting statement as well, because if I read this statement, it means that I have a kind of contra argument. First one is actually AI is our co-pilot, our co-friends, is a tools for every academia. Even I think AI itself is not a direct threat to a job, but I think is a very promising tools that can enhance the ability, the capacity to enhance a lecture, maybe a lecture productivity, efficiency, and of course the capability. And the next is we talk about the, let's say, the competitive advantage of using ChatGPT. I think those who adapt the GPT and effectively using AI will have significant advantage in their work in any kind of industry, can enabling them maybe to produce better result more quickly and more efficient. That's why nowadays our books writer, even the academician, while they're writing the journal, the books on every kind of the publication, ChatGPT or maybe the Gemini, Bard, or any other AI tools become their best friend. Before maybe they have a hard time to meet the professor, to meet the expert, or maybe asking for friends time to do a coffee time, just discuss about the topics about something. But now we have a digital friends called a ChatGPT. It's really helpful for every academician. And then if we next to the next slide, this is how ChatGPT in education. First thing first is about the content creation, personalized and engaged, tutoring, and 24/7 support, of course. Even in the middle of the night, if we try to find some ideas, discuss about the challenging what happening now, and we want to make that as a fresh ideas for, let's say, a publication or maybe idea for the books, maybe, or you as a producer film, it will provide you 24/7. And another role of ChatGPT is, of course, as assessment tools, as if like it's kind of easy to put the PDF file and drag to the ChatGPT or any other tools, and then it will automatically assess and give you a result about the quality, about the positive, negative, about the paper or all the articles that be given. And the last is, of course, talk about the test automation that have been explained by the other speaker lately. And here, talking about the role of GPT in higher education is really interesting. I think AI enables narrative. I refer to the use of AI to create or enhance textual context. As you can see here, AI can help to doing a research conception, this consists of the hypothesis generation, idea extractions, research design, even meta-analysis, summarization, as I mentioned before, and doing the literature review. in help us to find the right and exact the books or articles in certain year, who's the published that book, and any kind of keyword that you want to search. And next is about publishing. It like what Pak Dirga said before, if we want to try to create academic book, or you call it buku ajar, it's also possible. Academic publishing consists of the journal finder, journal style formatting, journal peer review, ethical compliance checker. ChatGPT can help us to check the content of the paper that we made before, as evaluator, as a reviewer. That's why I also have a role as technical compliance checker here. It's really interesting. And of course, the third role of the ChatGPT is doing the academic writing. Ladies and gentlemen, language translations, of course. If we, let's say, don't get the maximum result from the Google Translate, let's say, we can reassure and put what Google Translate said into ChatGPT, and you can rephrase again into more formal and professional English grammar or language. And the next, of course, the data interpretation. I will show you the example about the data interpretations later on after this. Of course, the paraphrasing, but then since most of the higher education or school already have the AI policy, even though we already doing the paraphrasing in ChatGPT, sometimes they can track us using ChatGPT tracker. So that's why we have to use maybe another tools like Quillbot or any other tools that it sure that this is not 100% by GPT, but maybe like 60% by GPT and 40% by human, which is we as a human have a critical thinking to reanalyze and rephrase all the sentences inside the articles. The reference management, of course, academic or scientific writer, it will help us a lot as a lecturer, as us, or as an academician. Informal to academic text converter, let's say you have a very rough idea, you put all the notes in your head, and then you just put it down. Dear ChatGPT, I have this kind of ideas. Please make it formal and make it more challenging ideas, so we have a better outcome of this idea. So it will give us a lot of things, though, and it's really help us a lot. And of course, if we try to find a title for the books, or for the journal, or maybe for any other publication, ChatGPT also have a role help us with that, the title and the keyword generations. And the last thing here, what can ChatGPT do in academic activities is about the vocabulary enhancer, the grammar checker, spell checker, and consistency checker, and of course the citation checker. Yeah, as you know, we have to follow the APA style or any kind of the professional standard for Scopus or any international standard citation. I think ChatGPT now the 4.0 can help us to do that as well. About the importance, actually, the prompt engineering, or the importance of prompt crafting. The substance or the core of the ChatGPT or maybe any other AI tools actually is our ability to prompt, to craft the message through the ability to prompting. Call it AI prompt crafting, which define as the process of creating and rewinding inputs or instruction to guide the system, rearrange the language models like GPT, or maybe specific and relevant responses or outputs. Here, as we can see that the prompt engineering is the practice of crafting specific and detailed prompt to get AI models like ChatGPT in generating high quality, relevant, and context-appropriate contents. Like for academic writing, prompt engineering involves tailoring the prompts, that's the keywords, to meet the precise needs of various academic formats and styles. And this is also have a very direct impact, dear friends, through the structures, depth, and also the citation of the requirement itself. Next slide. So maybe if you have another concern, another questions, we can also discuss after this. And here one of these specific prompts example for academician, either you are a teacher, lecturer, tutor, and any other role as an academic. The first one, ChatGPT help us to create the literature review. It helps all the lecturer now if they also have an obligation to publish article regularly every semester. They have to fulfill the requirement as let's say lector or lector kepala, or maybe as a professor, or maybe as someone who have to produce the articles every single semester. ChatGPT helps a lot with all the ideas and make it into very structured and well said literature review. This is one of the example. Let's say if you want to know about the climate change in Indonesia, one of the example of the prompt will be like, please summarize recent research findings on the impact of climate change on Indonesia's ecosystem, highlighting key studies. Like this is we're talking about the time period 2015 until 2023. Since the advancement of the 4.0 will provide us with the latest data, I think we can also mention the year specific month or maybe specific years compared to the first generation of generative AI 3.0. It had at that time have a lot of limitations, so we cannot do or put this kind of context. Second, doing the research proposal, abstract, the method section, data analysis, and also the discussion. Let's say we jump out into the discussion section. Discuss the implementation of a study on the genetic factors contributing to the type 2 diabetes, considering potential application in personalized medicine. Before, we need a professional, we need the doctors. We have to find and looking the right sources to give to provide answer for us. But now we have to think what kind of prompt specific that we want and get the proper answer. And the issues about that ChatGPT, we cannot trust them 100%. We have to recheck again, reassure the source of the data, like what Pak Dirga said before. The advantage or the strength of the latest trend, the latest editions of a ChatGPT 4.0 is they also provide the source where the statement came from. So it will helps a lot the process of finding the data. Here's I tried to search and looking for what is the difference between GPT-4 and GPT Turbo, like Pak Fat also used during the example before my session. GPT-4 Turbo, if we see and read the indicator feature here, performance, the cost, the use cases, architecture, and optimization, availability, it's much more better than the GPT-4. Optimized for speed and efficiency, more cost-effective, real-time assistant, customer service chatbots, interactive application, even incorporates optimization for speed and efficiency. It's more better and efficient in providing the latest data and the newest and the most advanced model as a platform. But this is the issue. Maybe I saw and I read a few of the questions inside the chat room, talking about the ethical and the issue, the misuses and the limitation if we using ChatGPT. Here's the issue came up, like cheating. Students have a ChatGPT write papers, and we cannot deny that. That's a fact. That's the reality that every single educator have to face. But also our educator now also have to think again how to come up with that kind of situation. How can you elaborate the policy about the use of GPT during the examination? Or how can you elaborate ChatGPT as your partner creating exact questions during the exam? to provide the cheating and everything that harmful. And the inaccuracies, ChatGPT can get things wrong, of course. We cannot trust ChatGPT 100%. Even at that time, I'm trying to search, let's say, please find one of the minister in Indonesia, I mean like the ambassador in Indonesia who have blah, 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 blah in certain countries. And one of the wrong fact at that time that ChatGPT given to me, let's say like Ibu Menteri Retno Marsudi itu pernah menjadi dubes di I forgot, it's one of the Asian countries, Cambodia or Vietnam, which is totally wrong. So we have to recheck again because there's a lot of inaccuracies during the ChatGPT model. But hopefully in the latest generation, it provides us with the better data. And of course, the harmful use with the any technology, ChatGPT can be used for harms. Bias, the data set to train ChatGPT can also have a bias. And data privacy also become an issue. I'm trying to find actually what is the role of the ChatGPT tools. Yeah, here stated that ChatGPT can be available tool for academic purposes in various ways. You can have a role as a research assistant, writing aid, doing the editing and proofreading, study aid, and help us generating ideas, language translation, programming help, customized learning plans, citations and references, questions answering, and of course the tutoring. And how about we ask the GPT as our co-pilot, as a teacher or as a lecturer, doing the lesson planning, and I also got the assistance last semester. Back then, at that time, I was chosen as one of the subject coordinator for doctoral program in LSPR. I asked GPT how to generate this kind of ideas and match with the latest trend about the innovation management and leadership. And the GPT give a lot of ideas and help me to arrange the lesson plan for the doctoral syllabus and the curriculum. And of course, I have to reaffirm with the another source like journal or maybe a book. Next is about the content creations, helps preparing lecture notes, presentations, supplementary material, real-time questions and answer. The fun fact, dear friends, nowadays there's a few contents from maybe our friends or maybe the content creator. They're recording. They record while they have a conversation with the GPT as if they're talking with their friends, and they post to the social media, and it really become interesting content and material to be seen because a lot of funny facts during the conversation with the ChatGPT. And maybe if you maybe don't have time to write it, doing the text writing, you can use the sound mode and you can just discuss with GPT just like you discuss with your professor and with your friends. But again, you don't have to put trust there 100%. Interactive learnings, feedback assessment, resource recommendation, administrative tasks, customers learning path, tutorial and support, language support, and professional development. Sometimes we have a hard time to meet the standard of the reviewer from Scopus. But if we know how to put the right prompts in GPT, help us to restructure our language to meet the Scopus standard, it will help us a lot. So I'm also always doing that. This is, I think, the one of very important things talking about the GPT as an academician or as a tutor or as a teacher. What are common mistakes in prompt crafting? Common mistake including being too vague or overly specific, or making assumptions about AI contextual understanding and using ambiguous language. Yeah, like here, let's say one of the example being too vague. Yeah, here the example, please write about public relation strategies. Why? It's a mistake. This prompt is too vague and doesn't provide enough context or direction. leading to a generic and unfocused response. And we have to retype the prompt, become write an analysis of the effectiveness of social media public relations strategies in crisis management and include example from recent case studies and discuss the impact on brand reputation. Second, if we do being overly specific, why it's a mistake, this prompt is overly specific and constraining, making it difficult for the AI to produce a comprehensive meaning response. And you can change into write a literature review on the use of Twitter by public professional in crisis communication, focus on recent studies and highlight key findings and trends using APA style for citation. So based on these facts and based on this reality, we can see that we cannot just rely on ChatGPT help us to find the right ideas. But then we have to know first the context about what we're going to search and then ask them to help us to find a specific purpose. Of course, make assumptions about contextual understanding. Next, the role of creativity. That's why one of the soft skill that maybe ChatGPT cannot do compared to human is about creativity. It's one of the soft skill. That's why we cannot just trust what ChatGPT shared to us, but then we have to reconfirm again using our creativity by like content creation, storytelling, or any task which is need our innovative thinking. Yeah, this is one of example, but I will give this slide to the audience. Maybe you can read in details after this because my time is very limited. But then I will delight to share the slide to the audience of course. How important the law of specificity in AI prompts, and this is also important. We're talking about the accuracy, we're talking about the relevance, we're talking about the formal and the format and the style, talking about the citation and reference. And then this is one of the example. Let's say talking about the relevance, this is stated that by including detailed context and requirements in the prompts, academicians ensure that generated content is relevant to their research questions, hypotheses, or academic topics. So we go to the example. Let's say, conduct a literature review on the impact of digital transformation in healthcare context from 2010 to 2023. Focus on the key themes such as telemedicine, electronic health records, and AI in diagnostics. Doing the formal style sometimes also become a challenge to lecturer or maybe for a teacher doing the format, and ChatGPT can help us to restructure the reference format for us. Let's say write an abstract for study communication strategies using in sustainability campaigns in their effectiveness. Okay, next slide. Maybe I only have like 4 or 5 minutes ahead. This is one of the example. ChatGPT prompts for abstract, ChatGPT prompts for conclusion. Either you can see from the point of view data collections, the statistical analysis, the data visualization, literature gap identification, argument development, until the conclusion in writing. Even you can do even the ChatGPT do outlining and citation, like I said before in the previous slide. So jump into almost my last presentation. So we have to evaluating our prompts, the relevance, the accuracy, the coherence, the depth of the prompt, of course, creativity, engagement, and compliance with the instruction. And I found out that nowadays there's popular books co-authored by the ChatGPT, like what Pak Dirga also did with the very inspiring book. And maybe we can start to think about this, asking for ChatGPT help us as a co-writing. Yeah, and this is one of the example, book example that co-authored by the ChatGPT. By the way, this is my personal notes. I'm trying to put it uh, here to help you. Maybe you can copy paste, or maybe you can take a picture of this. This is contekan is the short notes. If let's say I want to find the AI tools that can help me, let's say, to sharp the image, or maybe help me to write better or faster, or maybe I'm trying to make avatar for me to say anything in the video, or maybe try to find AI tools for create reels, or maybe create PPTs. You can using the Tom.apps to create PPT. It's really helped us a lot. But before that, let's say like 6 months ago, it's still free. But when I try like maybe last month, it's 100% we have to subscribe monthly, or maybe 6 months until 1 year. So I really recommend, if you don't have a lot of time to create PPTs or presentation, Tome app will also help you to create that. Just put the short idea, the short prompt, the specific prompts. The Tom.app will help us to create a very well structured presentation with the latest data, and also specific topic that we want, of course, during the prompt. So I think that's end of my presentation, Pak Fat, since I put it also here in stopwatch like 29 minutes. So I still have 6 minutes actually, but it's okay. If you guys want to have a discussion, please, you can put it down in the chat, or maybe can we just having a dialogue. Thank you.